In this lecture, we'll be discussing about privatization of education. Before we begin, let us understand what basically education is. So, education is a process which is conscious in nature. That is, there is one teacher and the other one is a learner who gains knowledge, who gains skills from the teacher. So, it is a conscious process. And we know that when we go through primary socialization, our parents, they become our first teachers, they become our informal teachers. From them we understand about social life, how do we have to act in the society as we begin to grow. And from teachers with the formal education, we begin to understand about how to be more aware of our individuality, how to be more aware of our surroundings, what are our rights, what are our duties, and how to access them. So, what are some of the aims of education? The three basic aims of education are the 3 R's, which is reading, writing, and arithmetic, that is calculations. It also helps in regulating behavior of the people. If you know from a very young age what is right, what you will be rewarded for doing, and what you will be punished for doing, you will have a sense of what is right and what is wrong, and it will be less likely that you make mistakes in the future. So, in a way, it will regulate your behavior, and the bigger picture here is this way it helps maintain social order in the society. It makes people aware about their rights and duties. It provides life skills and values like honesty, like discipline, because we know that when we are going to school, we have to dress up in a certain way, we have to attend the school at a certain time, we have to eat at a certain time, we have to pray before eating. So, there are a lot of values that we also imbibe as we begin our journey and as we continue our journey towards education. It also makes us aware about our socio-economic environment, and not just socio-economic environment. We have many classes in schools. We have moral science classes, we have environment classes along with other formal subjects. So this is done because so that we have a sense of what is happening around us. Why does nature need us? Why do we need nature? This is a very basic question, and it can be addressed only when you have some kind of awareness. An uneducated person will not understand climate change as much as an educated person would. And with the right knowledge, with the right skills, a person can do a lot. And in totality, the bigger picture here is education helps people to live their lives in a righteous way, in a correct way. According to UNESCO, education helps in doing what? It gives the ability to get along with others, because when you have some kind of education, when you have some kind of sense, only then you can get along with other people. Otherwise, they're going to take advantage of you, you're going to get fooled, and you might not even have something to talk about because you do not have any idea what is going around. And at the same time, also learning to think for oneself. Why are we stressing so much on women empowerment, women education, educating girls? Because only then they can think of themselves and stand up for themselves, right? And education can also be used to solve the many problems of the society, like unemployment. If you're not educated, people are not going to employ you. Delinquency, poverty, and many more things which are not something good, which are not the good elements of the society, and people try to avoid it. So it can be avoided only when the population is educated and aware. How is this gained? It is gained through the process of socialization, where primary and secondary socialization both combine to teach the individuals about what they are going to expect in life as they grow up. Now, coming to the functions of education. So, there are 2 kinds of functions that education serves. First is latent functions, and second is manifest functions. Manifest is which are some of the obvious points which we know, and latent functions are some of the hidden functions that it serves, like maintaining social order, maintaining social control, practicing duties, becoming a better citizen, and social cohesion in the society. And manifest functions are gaining knowledge, individual development, transmission of culture, getting a job, that is your career, getting values, gaining values. So these are some of the manifest functions. Now, coming to the main topic, privatization of education. Privatization of education. So, privatization, as the name suggests, where we are talking about private institutions. So, we have seen that today, even in the contemporary society, from a really long time, there's a preference of private schools over public schools. Whenever even a middle class person, they would opt for a private school over a public school or a government school. And why? What is the reason? So some of the reasons are they have better facilities, better infrastructure, teachers are more attentive, there's an interaction between the teacher and the student and also between the teacher and the parent, better quality of education. It also acts as a status symbol. Management is very timely, there's healthy competition among the students. So these are some of the important functions that, and why a parent would not go after a private school when it is providing so many facilities, right? So when we compare a private school with a government school in a country like India, there's a huge contrast because public schools are still like the way they used to be many, many years ago. And today, with the technology we have, the kind of society, the kind of competition we have, we need more and more. We need more knowledge, better environment, more competition. Therefore, private education, private institutions win here. They also provide superior learning environment. There are more options. Options in the sense there are so many co-curricular activities from cooking, baking, horse riding, swimming, sports, and whatnot. There are so many options of learning languages. You can learn as many foreign languages as you can in your school time, and it provides better technology, infrastructure, modern classrooms. So, your learning capability will also improve as you go through these things. A person with only basic education will not be as qualified for a job, perhaps, than a person who has gone through a learning which is so high tech in nature. He has learned a language, he has excelled in some co curricular activities, he has a personality, he is, his confidence is um, sky high. So a person would definitely have a better chance when he has access to these things. So as a result, private schools have fewer absences because the students they like being in the school because there are so many opportunities, there are so many different things that they can do. There are fewer episodes of bunking classes, and there are fewer fights among the students because they are told to behave in a certain way. There's less homework, smaller classes, and in this way there's a higher participation in extracurricular activities and sports also. So they perform better, they have better confidence, better personality, and as a result they have a better chance of getting into a reputed college as they grow up and eventually a better job also. Some of the advantages could be that there are more options for the students and parents. There's a legacy of achievements of these institutions, and the students feel motivated. They can establish contacts with each other, and the latest technology and teaching methods are used to teach the students in such institutions. But it also results in the production of elites. And when elites are reproduced in a society, it leads to inequality. We have studied about this in Marxist theory when, consider an institution with the name XYZ. If this XYZ has an annual fee of, say, 5 lakhs, how many people do you think can really take admission in such an institution? And they get funds from the same people who get admitted here. They have a particular class of people, and a person from a lower class does not fit in there because they live in a different world. There everything is different. And by privatizing education, the biggest drawback is it reproduces elites in the society, and the opportunity and resources are taken away from the lower class or the less privileged ones. Let us discuss some questions now. According to Mike O'Donnell, how do private schools contribute to elite production? So, they offer academic advantage because they have better facilities, and the students who go to such schools, they have better academic knowledge, and they provide suitable general socialization for elite participation. Everything is created in a way that it will only attract those elites, and the lower class or the less privileged one, they cannot even participate there. They provide useful contacts because of course that institution will be full of people who are elites. Therefore, the answer will be option number 2. Next question. Educational institutions operate more like businesses because so today many educational institutions are compared with businesses. And why is it? It is because answer will be option number D, all of these options, because it creates competition between other educational institutions. There's free market system within education. They have a free hand, they can do whatever they want, and they have given plenty of choices for the consumers, and the consumers in this case are going to be parents and their children. So they have access to many choices. Therefore, education institutions can be compared to businesses. I hope you got this lecture. Thank you for